Hey guys, I'm Jerusha and you're watching Jerusha Couture TV. Here today with a Q&A Get Ready With Me. I asked questions on Instagram last night. I am going to straight up tell you that it is a lot. I'm going to probably have to split this into two Get Ready With Me. I told you to get juicy and you guys did. There is a lot of, you know, I've said it in many other Q&As. I'm an open book. You asked me, you know, last time if I'm pregnant. I said, no, I'm fat. I'm not pregnant. See? I'm going to be 100% with you. That is just me. I have to do this. And this is a question. See? It's just going to be a complete chat. This is my Chanel mirror giveaway. This is the double facets Chanel compact mirror. I am giving one of these mirrors away every video. And it is going gangbusters, okay? I give them away. I contact you personally, me, only me. I am verified on both platforms. I have a check against my name on this one. I have a check against my name on Instagram. It is only me. I'm so excited. So all you have to do is subscribe, like, and comment on any platform. I will find you. Follow me on Instagram, comment on Instagram. I will find you. Kind of get the feeling I need a coffee. I need to be holding something. I think I need a coffee. BRB. Oh, life. I did get asked, not in this Q&A, I did get asked by a follower, had I smashed, happily, had I smashed my Hermes H decor mugs yet. That she got a pair, doesn't use them because she's scared because she's scared of smashing them. So you should be, honey, so you should be. I've just, ever since then, I make sure, like I think, you know, we're running around in life, we don't think, we put stuff down, we pick it up, we put it in a porcelain sink and think it's just fine. No, it's not fine. Because then Will's gonna put his mug on top of it. Anyway, so I think, and I've been doing really well. I have to do a disclaimer to this Q&A Get Ready With Me because it's gotten really bad, okay? It's gotten out of hand. But I am not gonna say that these aren't repeat answers or questions, okay? If they have been asked before and then I repeat to answer them, I apologize. Because if I get the question asked over and over, I'm just gonna answer it. I don't go back and look at my other videos. And then on top of it, I have supreme amnesia. Yes, it is clinically proved amnesia. I'm not doing any Hollywood, I forget you bullshit. No, I'm not like, oh, who are you? No, I'm legitimately like, where am I going? I don't know how to drive to that suburb. My amnesia has gotten out of control. Yes, it is bad report. Start off by priming. I'm using my YSL All Hours primer to go in. It is very nice consistency. It's kind of serum-y. First question up, Maca Blondie. Hi babe. Oh my god, she's followed me forever. I know these handles, okay? I see these handles. We see it all come through. Can you do a meetup in Sydney? Oh my god, I need to do a meetup in Sydney. Yes, let's organize it, babe. I think Bondi would be amazing. Let's all meet at Bondi Junction. What does everybody in Sydney who's a follower think? Okay, comment below. I'm actually serious. Let's set this up. Let's set this up, babe, and it's all because of you. We are going to foundation with my Dior Forever Skin. It's got a beautiful matte kind of finish and I love that. It's darker for me, but it's in the 030. We are having some brush issues. I'm not in love with my beauty blender, my beauty sponge at the moment. I don't know what's happening. I've decided I need new brushes and a new beauty sponge. But this is a small kabuki brush from Chanel that comes in the beige water fresh. It's the more of the foundation version. This was the brush that came with that. I need, excuse me while I use my mirror. Okay, let's talk and walk. Myra G. Hi babe. Best advice you didn't follow and that you regret now. Oh my god, what a great question. General in life that I didn't follow would be skin. Being in the sun and the surf and the environment here, which is very harsh. Okay, we're white. We're not technically meant to be on this island of Australia. General kind of advice, he used to say, was take care of your skin. Did I do that? I don't think I did it well enough. I just think as a kid and a teenager, we used to lay out and bake. I will never forget some of the girls I went to school with, sister, like roast themselves at the local beach. Side note, I was a goody two shoes, so I followed like everything. Sorry, MAC Give Me Sun is like one of the most famous bronzers. It's very orange. We are going to do an easy contour. This is the Marc Jacobs Tan and Tantastic Glow 200, and it's in like this kind of pearly oyster shell palette, which I think is really pretty, and it's a big, you get a blush, a highlight, and a very cool bronzer, which I use for contour, and I do it higher at the moment. I've been following some of the girls on Instagram that are actually makeup artists, and they just teach you about positioning. Right, who's next? Christina. Hi, babe. Are you visiting Toronto anytime soon? Oh my gosh. Yes, babe. I'll come and visit you anytime you want. I love Toronto. My family lives in Toronto. Let's do a nice little blush. Again, the YSL Couture blush. I would love to come up there, babe, and see you. And on top of that, I love the cold. I have a whole ton of family up in Toronto. I have some in Vancouver as well. My father lived there for a very long time. So brothers and nieces and nephews and aunties. Shells Bland. Hi, doll. Thoughts on Bottega? Bottega Veneta is the brand. I think the fact that Bottega has made a resurgence in the last 5 years is amazing. I think it was seen very, very much as a, put it nicely, a middle-aged sort of ladies luxury line. The really big stigma through the 19 and early 2000s is it's like you weren't making pay packets to be able to buy these handbags, and brands were really just aiming at the demographic of women and men who could only afford these type of items at this level, where nowadays the pay packets are higher, people are earning a lot more, and the world has gone from this to this because of social media. Everyone is here, everyone is watching what's in, what's out, what's going on. So Bottega had to get on board and start designing stuff that was fresh for a generation that could A, afford it, and B, want to look cute in it and want to have it. They had the little dumpling pouch in the gold, the crumpled gold. It was just the little clutch pouch. But oh my God, the quality of that brand, especially in its leather goods, is out of this world. Would I buy more of it? Would I buy it again? No. Simply because I'm far too in my lane of sticking in the top 4, top 3 tier brands, and that's really not great. When I look at other luxury YouTube girls and luxury influencers and things like that, and they go completely outside of all of the brands, and they're like, you know, dabbling in everything, I just think, oh my God, that's so like free. That's what I think. I think they're free and they can move around and they're not kind of trapped by the popular, I guess that's the best way to say it. I am putting Creaseless Concealer by Tarte into my eye now. I learned that after your powders because it will set a lot better. Blues Luxury. Hi, doll. Your multicolor LV collection video is almost 10 years old. Do you still own or wear any multicolor LV? Blues Luxury. Way to hit me in the heart, babe. Way to hit me in the heart. You are correct. That video is over 10 years old. And I actually watched it the other day because I wanted to see my multicolor collection. It said in my wish list that I really wanted to get roses back, and which is obviously vintage pieces. And I didn't mention that I do want to get Murakami's multicolor collection back. I want to say this in like the nicest way possible, in the sense of, or the way I feel now after this long doing this and being, you know, aware of the collections and aware, I suppose, of the brands in the industry and how fast it moves. The thing I want to say is it is so fast paced that I feel like sometimes we don't appreciate. Yes, we appreciate in the moment. However, once it's gone, like I truthfully was so in love with Takashi Murakami. I think as an artist, he is insane. I would love for Pharrell to bring him back. That would be nuts with the menswear. So my answer is, babe, I would also like to get my multicolor Murakami LV back. So that's vintage as well. That's my answer. I'm going to go in and do my brows. Of course, Anastasia Brow Whizzes. Tracy! My Tracy. Wow, we have the longest standing relationship, babe. I told you to DM me on my Instagram. You've obviously commented, but I told you to DM me, babe. Do that, please. She has asked me favorite movie or entertainment. Should be a very, very obvious answer. My favorite movie of all time is the one and only Grease, obviously, for obvious reasons, but not only just family reasons, but the fact that I don't think you can rewrite a phenomenon like that. The dynamic version of it being on screen as a musical and being able to go to Broadway and go to Broadway New York, come to Broadway here, and just be an institutional phenomenon that Grease was. I just finished those brows off camera. My mother called me to set this under eye a little bit on the side. Do that, of course, with the one and only Laura Mercier loose translucent setting powder, the only powder in the world. That is amazing. Just want to throw a little bit more blush on, so I'll grab my Anastasia Quad. This is so pretty, and I'll actually grab the quite pink color. Take it really up the cheekbone like so. I am going to do cream eyeshadow. I watched a tutorial the other day on cream eyeshadows and how much more dewy it is. Names you have for girls. If you had a girl, Becca Boo, hey babe. Given that obviously we have, sorry, I'm just going to cut out my brows with my Chanel concealer. This is a really, really pretty concealer. I'm just cutting out the brows a little bit. Names for girls. Well, if we had a girl, which we are currently in chatting about as a couple, with the idea of procreating and are we done and are we there and what we're doing, just to bring you into my bedroom. So Mussy would want to name a sister Sailor, which I think is a really sick name, and I obviously loved Sailor Moon growing up, so that's a really cool name. I've always loved the name Sahara. Those kind of really beautiful earthy Persian names I love. We would always stick to probably the culture, being Mussy and Zaki are inside sort of the cultural names. We're going to go in with my caviar stick from Laura Mercier, and we're just going to do this all over the lid. Something I can tell you, if that was to happen, it would be something very much in the beautiful Persian, gorgeous Persian kind of names for girls. My sister-in-laws, which there is 4, have the most gorgeous names. I got asked the other day, what does my social media handle mean? And I was just thinking, that is such a funny thing to think, because what the hell would it mean if you don't know me or you don't watch my videos? That is so true. I've explained this before. I started my fashion label hand making formal dresses, prom dresses, handmade, draped on a mannequin for my best friends. So I started in what's called couturier, so handmade, French, handmade garments. My name, legal name, is Jerusha. Where Jillian and my father got it from is apparently a movie. He heard it one day and was like, if I had a daughter, I'm gonna name it that. Thanks, Jills, thanks. Everybody asks what my background is. Everybody asks where I was born, where I'm from, what's my background. I am Aussie and British. I am half British, half Aussie, pop mum. That is it. you could not get probably more white than me. So I respect the fact that you would see my handle and be like, oh, like, what is that? Like, is that like some sort of flower? I don't really understand. So in saying that, moving on, V Forever 21. Hi, babe. Will you try for another baby? There you go. I just answered that. We're still in the talks. I think when you have your youngest still under 5, like Zaki is 5 next week, I think when you still have them in the 5 and under range-ish, it's still on the cards. I do know my best friend has 9 and nearly 13. It's so far gone because it's so easy at that stage. You got your stuff together, you know, you got miniature adults. This stage you have still little small humans. Zaki still comes in that bed. He's still a baby. There is a really great, what's his name? Peter Anderson. I've put on Instagram before, but he essentially says you have little kids for 4 to 5 years, 0 to 5, you know, and it's a peak experience, and once it's gone, it's over. It's something magical, which is so true. It's this innocence. My point is, once you pass that, I think it's hard to close the gap. So we're kind of still in talks because of where Zaki's at. Stacey Ann. Don't you love how I say the handle twice? Why do I have to say it twice? Are you going to see Taylor Swift? Yes, she is here. Am I going to see her concert? No. Am I probably going to go backstage and meet and greet? Probably. We have invites. I have invites through my publicist to go backstage. Am I going to watch the whole concert? I don't really have the best patience for movies or concerts, like, but I will definitely get in on the after party or things like that. For sure. If I'm being pitched for it, Stacey, I'm going. It's Tay-Tay. She's got some serious charisma, that girl. And she's been through a lot in the public eye. A lot. And for round 75, hi, babe. Oh my gosh, she's followed me forever. With an ultimate budget, what is one handbag and one piece of jewelry you would purchase? Absolute ultimate budget, meaning, you know, no limit. The Hermes Birkin 24 VALE or House Birkin, the front of the flagship boutique in Midnight. Hands down, that thing is like $350,000, I think. From the boutique, it's like $40,000, but resale, you ain't getting that new from the boutique unless you're Kylie Jenner. To me, that is just like the creme de la creme. I used to say any type of Himalayan from Hermes, but when they came out with that, I was just like, that is something else. That's like a piece of artwork. Jewelry, it's definitely a no-end budget, but this in full pave, the thin full pave love bracelet in gold. I have tried it on, it's in my Instagram, and that would be a dream. Full pave in the yellow gold. Oh, dream. I think last Q&A and my wish list, I said something in a chain back here. Do you know what? I'm really starting to change my mind. I am starting to change my mind. I think I want to do another bangle, but bottomless pit, 100% that in jewelry. You know what? I have no idea where I'm up to, but those lids look really pretty because I'm kind of over the powders for a little while. Plus I have lash extensions and they get really fluffy. Like, my technician's like, oh, very dusty, Jerusha, very dusty. And I'm like, yeah, girl. Good. I'm just going for a nice kind of ding. I'm not going for the over the top. We will put a highlight on because I'm here. I'm feeling a bit of Kylie Jenner. This was her Chloe, and it's just in like a really beautiful kind of icy pink, and we'll put that on the top of the cheek. And get another question. DRO Money, Dr. O Money. Are you going to the Taylor Eras tour? Oh my gosh, everybody's asking me. I will go if it's backstage. That is the answer, Dr. Money. He asked me a second question. Would you recommend the LV Noe BB or the Petite Noe? Yes, I would. I absolutely would. I would recommend the BB. The BB is so cute. I had it. Yes? No. Yes? No. Yes. I had it, and I had it in the shearling. I let go of it last year in the shearling. Did I? wow. Really great bag. You know, bottomless pit type bag. You can tie it shut. Perfect. How did your mum become friends with Olivia Newton-John? Hi F Po. How did she become friends with Liv? This is, I now decided I'm going to clip back my hair. Olivia was 15. 15, mum was 18. Olivia was busking at a cafe in London. Gillian had gone on an overseas trip over there and stayed as an au pair. Olivia was busking out the front of a cafe, singing and playing her guitar. Gillian went to that cafe and totally hit it off as friends because she was there every day. And from there on out, they just became best mates. If you met my mum, she is proper the most approachable person in the entire world. And I think Liv was really shy and sweet, which that was her character. She never put that on. She was the shyest, sweetest person ever. When she met Gillian, it, like, you know, really got her out of her shell type feeling, which is kind of what mum does. And so yeah, they hit it off like that. And the rest is history. The rest is history. Wow. Actually, I want to cut to something in the middle here and I'll show you it downstairs. I'm going to put it in here. This has been sitting, this like was cut off. This is a Phalaenopsis orchid and it's been sitting cut off like that in the back of our house. Every single year, Liv would send mum and I one of these. And then obviously it doesn't flower. So this was cut off after flowering. Will found it about 2 months ago and he's like, it looks like there's a stalk coming out from the side of here. And look at it now. Look at it now after 2 months. Right around her birthday. Tell me God is not good. Look at that. Is that the craziest thing you've ever seen? Oh my God, she's here. She's here. Look at that. Unbelievable. Kelly. Hi, Kelly, babe. Actually, I've had this comment before. I don't think it's from you. But I've had this comment before on a video. Oh my God, this is another cut too I have to do. When Will comes up from being outside, I am going to tell him you said this. Kelly, hi Jerusha, I love your videos. It's like an escape. I love hearing you talk. I love the sound of your voice. It's so soothing. I have to tell this to Will. I have to tell this to Will. Thank you so much, Kelly. I have no idea how you think that. I have what seems to be a really screechy voice. I don't think it's like ASMR in any way. I just know what my husband is going to do. He's going to lose it. When I get in a zone as a mother, which all of you I'm sure can imagine, I screech, I yell, I'm like, Massey! And it's the worst high-pitched scream you've ever heard. Someone is coming in. I am going to cut to this. I have to cut to this because this is so good. He's not going to know what I'm about to ask him. Okay, guys. I had to edit this in because I know what he's going to do. I'm filming a Q&A video right now, okay? And I just wanted you, when you came up here, I wanted to tell you what this subby
just... She wouldn't let me jump on the couch. I know, jump on my bed.
No, can't jump on the bed because I'm filming. I needed to put this cutaway in because I needed to tell you, a subscriber, Kelly, just wrote in one of the questions. She said, it's not a question, I just wanted to tell you, I love your video so much, Jerusha. Your voice is so soothing and calming to listen to.
Anytime soon. Oh, doing stand up. Oh, hey, $200 front row.
Stand up. You're such an asshole. I have a soothing voice. I have a soothing voice, okay? She finds my voice soothing.
To who? Kelly, you're one of a kind, my friend.
You're such an asshole. Connor, when are you going to do a collab with me? You've asked me this before. I know it. I can remember. Bro, when are we going to do a Zoom video like you did with Maddie? Yes, shout out to Maddie. He did a split video unboxing. Connor, let's do it. It's a little bit harder to do, but let's do it. He is gorgeous. Another Australian luxury YouTuber. Check out his channel below. Melinda. My Melinda. Lux Purse Love. Now that's someone's voice that I find soothing. Her accent, her southern accent, I find her so soothing. I find her mannerism soothing. I find her stories soothing. Her stories of her mother, her stories of her doggy, her daughters, like everything. I know you inside out, babe. We have been friends for a long time. Hey beautiful, how do you balance mum, wife and life? What a great question. I feel like I don't, Melinda. I balance it by support. I have luckily got, and I know there's a lot of people out there that have had trauma and injury and suffer with, just naturally suffer with things like anxiety, compulsive disorder and depression horribly, and then they suffer with sickness. You know, my prayers are with you if you are going through any sickness, and they don't have any support. I, blessed, was very, very lucky to survive my car accident, but have compensation in a way that I could fund my life to have support. That's how I make it all work. Balance and support, but just mainly support. If I didn't have it, it wouldn't be good, Melinda. It would not be good. And you, watching your videos, woo, I get my coffee. I love it. I love her channel so much. How did you and your husband meet? Hi, Philly babe. How are you? I've had this one before, but I would tell you again. My husband and his family own an Italian restaurant just up here in Newport Beach. It is the most famous Italian restaurant pretty much in Sydney. Everybody knows it. Everybody has been there. They go there. They love it. We, as locals, ate there for years. Sorry, lips are getting done now. And this is my new Huda Beauty in the sandy beige. These are the most amazing lip pencils. I showed you the haul. Yes, we ate at his restaurant. I had a mad crush. Firstly, he is 6'2", tall drink of water, absolutely stunning Persian man. Hello. Hello, my husband is stunning. I'm sorry. You can perv, ladies can perv, people in the restaurant can perv, because I'm like, yes, 10 out of 10. I'm also not that kind of wife. Actually, digress. I have to tell you the story. We were at one of our properties, we're renting it out, finalizing the tenancy, and the agency, which you'd know if you're in Australia, is LJ Hooker. That's the name, Hooker. They started a really big real estate firm. Two of the girls are our lease management, and she was telling us one of her customers, he saved her name in his phone as Andrea Hooker. I'm like, he couldn't just add LJ Hooker real estate in that? Like, why would you? Anyway, apparently like yesterday or 2 days ago, the phone rang in the car and his wife was sitting there and it said Andrea Hooker, and they just got into the most epic fight, like borderline separation. She said it was so bad he had to call her back and be like, Andrea, explain to my wife, you're my realtor, da 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 da. I'm listening to this story just looking at Will going, what? I'm not that type of wife. I don't care. You may perv on my husband all you want. You may come for my husband. He can, because guess what? We all come with him. One of my girlfriends was like, why are you so chill? Like, I have a tendency to get jealous. And I was like, psh, because what are you gonna do? You're gonna take him home? We come with him. He's gonna go to you. We come with him. I'll find out. And I'm gonna come too, babe. Digress. I have a tall drink of water, absolutely drop dead gorgeous husband. And I'd always say to mum and dad, oh, that Will, the owner, and he used to cook a lot at that time as well, so he'd chef as well. I was like, oh, one day I'm gonna marry that guy. It's that kind of story, Philly. It is that kind of story. I dreamt it into existence. Ever since then, I just would go back there and talk to him. And then of course, ding, he fell in love with me. He fell in love with me. Okay, my camera just decided to fall off the tripod. This is fun. Hashtag YouTube life. Dainty Paws. Oh, we have a few questions from Dainty Paws. Hi, babe. This is super nosy, but what is your credit card limit? Yes! Yes, sister. I told you to get juicy, guys. I told you to get juicy. Honey, honey. I'm gonna get sassy, okay? It's an Amex black. It's bottomless. No limit, baby. No limit. Another question from her. Would you like another kid? Maybe a girl. I have answered that, but there you go, babe. Next question from her. What do you think about super fakes? I was talking about this with a friend the other day. He said, do you own all of these handbags? And I was like, yes. And he said, why do you buy them to show on YouTube when you could just buy fakes and show them on YouTube, but then like just have fakes? In our religion, we don't eat pork. It's not part of our religion to eat pork, to eat pig. It's haram. And I said to him, you work in a cafe. I said, how would you feel serving a customer a ham and cheese croissant, but that customer in an area of Sydney, we have like a really big Islamic based area, and saying to that customer, oh, it's actually turkey bacon? How would you feel about selling someone a piece of pork but saying it's actually turkey bacon instead? So essentially you're faking it. And he was like, ooh, yeah, that's nasty. I'm like, well done. Why the hell would I do that? To answer your question on super fakes, I then turned around and said to him, sit down, let's have a chat about super fakes. When I first went to my contracting factory in Hong Kong, it was in the province, in the area of Macau, that really brought it, not sold, like had markets of super fakes, but it brought in like truckloads of where the fakes would really come from. I walked through those parts of those factories just going, this is insane. This is insane. You could just buy these and say it's authentic. They were so close to the real thing. However, even back then, I was so educated in what fakes, replica, and counterfeit in across the board. We're not just talking about luxury designer good counterfeit handbags, clothing, products like that. We're talking about software, gaming, any type of electrical marketing. All of that counterfeit world is, mark my words, disgusting. It's disgusting. It is the dark web. It is the underworld. It funds and houses, is completely in control of trafficking, drug trafficking, child trafficking, child porn, like just the most disgusting underworld you can imagine. That is what counterfeit across the board helps finance. Do not buy fakes. Just don't do it. Don't buy anything, okay? Do not buy anything. Now, I'm not saying inspired by. You have jewelers that make versions of, my friend had a Jerusha Couture and whatnot, like it was a version of it. It didn't have the proper nail head, but she had a gold merchant make it for her. It did not have stamping of Cartier. It was not the same design as Cartier. That is not a counterfeit. I am talking about a clear counterfeit. Logoing, stamping, date codes, sold as a Christian Dior, Lady Dior handbag. Inspired by, design-wise, I'm not talking about that. If you see a jacket that's tweed, you don't go, oh my God, they've copied Chanel. You're going to, speaking of Chanel, put on my beautiful liquid lip by Chanel. Birkin boy, hi babe, hi Jerusha, I love you. Why did you block me? What? Birkin boy, I've never blocked you. What? Oh my God, I got a DM you. Are you serious? I've never blocked you. Oh no, that's horrible. I don't block anyone on Instagram unless it's like scams. Mum gave me her L'Oreal chubby stick and this is so cute. I'm gonna buy a new one. Look how tiny it is, but it's the thick chubby stick for the black eyeliner. I don't love to tight line, but she said that this helps not like bleed, so we're gonna do that. Okay, Sarah 12018, hi babe. Jerusha, I just wanted to tell you how strong you are. This is sad, but my sister-in-law was in a car crash and she struggles so hard with depression and anxiety. I just want you to know how you get through it every day, because I know your crash was really bad and I do want to support her, but I don't know how. I'm gonna have to take a minute. Wow. 1 second, Sarah. That hurt. I will be back. Wow. Woo. We're gonna hold ourselves together. Firstly, may I say to your sister-in-law, please show this to her. My absolute deepest, you know, wishes and understanding for what you're going through. Obviously, you can see my reaction. That hurt, that hit different. What she is going through is unexplainable. And that's the first thing I'll tell you. It's unexplainable to you, to her husband, your brother, to your family, to her family. It's unexplainable from her, meaning that she must be in a place, and if it's in any relation to me, you're in a place that's not explanatory. And what that means is if someone can't explain or express mentally where they are, in depression, anxiety, compulsive disorder, bipolar, any type of these mental illnesses, if someone can't translate that, you are stuck. It is a huge, huge wall. And what the difficulty is it's two-sided. There is a wall between both people, both parties, both situations. Because one person has to try and understand what that person's going through, and they can't express it, nor can they really compute it themselves. Obviously, that is what depression mostly is that you can't express it and you can't compute it yourself. You're not able to sit back and be like, I feel like crap every day because of this, and this. No, that's the whole reason for depression, is that you can't make a clear understanding of it. So therefore, how do you expect people to understand it? That is the hardest disconnect. For your sister-in-law right now, what you can do for support, to support her, is not try and make an answer out of it to help you understand. You don't need to understand. I say to Will in really bad times, just say yes. It doesn't make sense what I'm saying. It doesn't compute to you what I am carrying on about in a completely obsessive way. But just say yes. Just go, yep, not a problem. Because the fear of not understanding the person and the fear of getting it wrong is what now in hindsight I can see. You know, mum doesn't want to disappoint me. She doesn't want to get it wrong. She wants to understand me. But in hindsight, you're never going to understand necessarily what's going through your sister-in-law's head, because she doesn't even understand. And I think that the clash of trying to understand but she can't compute, that's where there's a massive disconnect. That's where relationships break up due to mental illness, mental disabilities as such. That's where marriages break up, because there's no connection, and because this person that is compromised and essentially is disabled mentally, they don't even know how they're feeling. That is why they are encased in a version of clinical depression, and I'm pretty sure that is what she is going through. And again, I am so deeply upset by that question. Whew. that was hard to take. Thank you for sharing that with me. I hope I could say anything to help, but wow, thank you. Dylan N545, what were we even doing? Hi Dylan, have you ever had a fight or a falling out or a disagreement with another luxury YouTuber? Have I ever had a falling out? I think, do you know what it is? Especially in the space of, well, in the space of YouTube itself, and when it comes to the success, the views, the likes, the everything, it's a popularity game, right? So essentially you're gonna have someone that's more popular than you, or someone that's got more views than you, or someone that's got more subscribers than you, and so on and so forth. I will always get along with you, no matter what. No matter what. You want to come to me, you want to ask me, oh my gosh, like I've just started my YouTube channel. So what are your thoughts? How can I do this? How can I do that? Totally fine. I just feel like, how do I put it? When you come on a platform like YouTube and, how do I put it? You don't kind of, this is going to sound crass, but you don't have respect for who's been there already. Does that make sense? And you just kind of be a little bit too big for your boots straight out the gate. Like that kind of thing. I have reached out to other girls in the luxury community. I've been like, yada, yada, yada. How are you going? How that handbag going? We start off really great. They get big, they get followers. I reach out again, or they reach out, and it becomes a different type of tone. Like, oh yeah, I've always stayed the same. I will always stay the same. It's just my character. You reach out to me, I'll reach out to you, not a problem. We're gonna have a chat. I'm never gonna turn around and go, sorry, you know, I'm at this stage, I can't, you know, like, sorry, I've got other things to do. And yes, that has happened to me on a nice 3 to 4 occasions. So there's about 3 or 4 girls that have just taken a turn. I don't know who they are anymore in a way. I don't know where their headspace is. I've been told outright that you can't afford my deals. I tried to sort of aim at, you know, going like, yeah, let's, you know, talk about Fashion File or talk about this brand. They've reached out to me. What do you think? Like, let's get on this together. Oh, you can't afford me. It's crass. You come on and you lose your, you know, being classy and just having respect for the original foundation. I think that's another thing, is it's like, I'm not saying bow down and take homage to me because I was like the first in the luxury community. No, I'm just saying don't be crass, be polite, like have some manners. So to answer you, Dylan, yes, I've had falling outs, and yes, it's not good, and yes, I won't go back to talking to those girls. Daniela, I want to thank you because you introduced me to so many pre-loved consignment stores. Woohoo! Pre-loved and pre-owned was looked so down upon until you really brought it to light. Oh my God, what an honor. I live in Vancouver and I love Luxe de Jour. They're so amazing. Shout out to Tammy and Luxe de Jour. Listen, okay, listen. If there was ever a company that is taking it gangbusters, I mean, you know how I felt about Fashion File for all these centuries. But honestly, to set up a company the way Tummy and her husband have done, and have, you know, gone out at gangbusters and really done it neatly, really tight looking package, that's what Luxe de Jour has done, and I'll stand by them 100%. I'm going to finish on this one because I have to. If you were to meet anyone in the industry, who would it be? I've answered this before. Haley. Hi Haley. Hands down, top 3 people. Bernard Arnault, 110%, the first I would ever want to meet, sit down and have a coffee with. Absolute business genius. Anything, sure, any conglomerate is portrayed. There's so many you know, ins and outs and oh, what's this, what's that, and is it done right, is it done this and that, whatever. I think the classy way that that guy runs LVMH is next level. I swear I've answered this before. Second person, I have answered this before. Anna Wintour. Anna Wintour, hands down, the way she runs that company as well is next level. Will she ever leave the magazine? No, because they can't afford to. She was portrayed so incorrectly in the movie Devil Wears Prada, even in the book. I don't care what the assistant says. I haven't personally met her, obviously, but she was so incorrectly portrayed. I think to have drive and to know exactly the formula that works for a company, a conglomerate the size of something like Vogue, it has to be run like that. So to be portrayed in that book as Ice Witch, Ice Queen, oh my god, why does she always wear sunglasses? She's so up herself. You don't get it. It's not that. It's a role that's being portrayed. It's an understanding of fashion. It's it is a creative curve in understanding the formula. It is an algorithm, and that is what she is, and nobody sees it from that side. They see stupid TikToks where she's sort of sitting at a runway show and doesn't say hello to everybody. Well, she's not in the zone. It's not like a barbecue where she's like, hey, what's up, June? How you doing, Kelly? How you been? It's not that. She is in a space. It is her job. It is what she has to portray and understand. That is it, period. To meet her would be the biggest goal ever. And the last person, I've said this before, Mr. Kanye West. Where do we start? This man, and again, pulls on my heartstrings. This man is so incredibly talented. This man is so sick, and I think to sit and watch, this is one thing I heard Cat Williams say this the other day on that podcast, to sit and watch someone who we know is mentally ill, but we still sit and watch them and judge it, that's sickening. It is so true. Sure, he is an absolute phenomenal superstar, so he's always going to be out there. But he's really mentally unwell. Really mentally unwell. I 100% believe in his car accident. He had a traumatic brain injury. He shows incredible signs of fatigue and disconnect in the brain. He has since developed a form of bipolar. I think he has split personality disorder. On top of that, he then got fame. He clearly has a very tenacious drive. And on top of that, he has now lost his mother, quote unquote, in his eyes, killed her. There was an interview that he did that was almost gut-wrenching. He got her and paid for her when he got the wealth a tummy tuck. It went disastrously wrong and she hemorrhaged and died. How do you live with yourself from that? He has since had 2 mental breakdowns since it, okay? This is the most creative, you know, diverse talent that is out there in our generational social media put together world. Then marries one of the highest profile socialites in the world and their family, and then is completely rigmarolled in fame as it is. He is so incredibly misunderstood, and then, as Cat Williams said, he's sick and we watch him. How is that okay? Sure, I know why you stay out there and do it. I am mentally unwell as well, and I stay out here and do it. Not on a platform of a superstar like him. There's got to be some sort of security to that form of mental illness. There's got to be. And what's upsetting is I'm sure his mum was half of that. I'm sure she pulled him back in the days when he had a lot more clarity. He was a lot more understood. I think Donda did that and she died. I can't imagine anything more sickening than your mum passing away by your hand, and that's the way he sees it. I'm gonna end this Q&A, get ready with me, which I'm sure is like an hour long, and there's still like another 20 questions. Either way, that is it. It's a nice, easy kind of look. We have the pin straight center part. What do we think? This hair has gotten way too long. I think we need to chop it. When I open my boutique, I just can't stop talking. When I opened my boutique, I did a bob, so the Victoria Beckham really sharp bob. I mean, I was half my size back then, but I think I'm gonna do that. Look how long this hair has gotten. Again, please go ahead, subscribe, anything on my social media, okay? I'll find you. It's true, it happens. Got a question, I mentioned on Instagram, someone said I'm faking it, I'm saying I'm giving this away, but I'm not actually doing that. Sit down, no thank you, bye bye sister. We don't fake anything. I would not go ahead and do this if I wasn't giving this away. Someone said, why would you be giving away $100 mirror every time you do a video? You know why? Because I can, and because I love you guys. I got a comment once saying, your world is so enchanting to watch, Jerusha, and it's just like mystical, and I just want to even hold packaging. And that Subbie, I sent her one of these. I got onto her, I found her on Instagram, and I was like, this is coming to you, Janie, and she freaked out. So thank you so much for watching this Q&A. Get ready with me, guys. I know it was long, I didn't stop talking, but if you enjoyed it, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, there is a button below. I would super appreciate that. I hope everybody is doing really well, guys. Take care, peace.